2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. The famous We Love Houston sign just off Interstate 10. We're coming to you from the Toyota Center in the biggest city in the Lone Star State. Well, we can finally say it. The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. With David Aldridge on our sideline, and here with me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, this is Kevin Harlan. DA, it's all yours.
Well, James Harden is both famous and infamous with his skill at getting to the foul line. Some don't like it, but Harden says free throws are a part of basketball. Either you're going to foul me or I'm going to score. Putting the pressure on the defense like that is tough, but that's what makes a good player. Kevin, no lies told there.
Well, no doubt, David, he is one of the best. Thank you. And a chance now to look at the schedule coming up for the Toronto Raptors. On Tuesday, they'll be taking on Clint Capella and the Houston Rockets. Then on Thursday, they'll be taking on Clint Capella and the Houston Rockets. Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. Right Van Vliet out there with Lowry, and it's Powell in at the 3. And for the Rockets, Harden and Gordon are out on the wings. Tucker and Capella are up front, and it's Westbrook in at the 1 spot. Now here's Westbrook. Got a piece of it, and stolen by Siakam. Lowry feeling it out a bit. And there's the pass to Van Vliet. Now, here's Siakam. It's hauled in by Clint Capella.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
Now, here's Siakam. Outside Gasol. Back to Lowry. In the corner, it's Van Vliet. Shot clock at 6. Over Gordon. No good that time. The Rockets go the other way with it. And if there was ever a definition of a glue guy, Greg, it would be P.J. Tucker. He's so valuable to his team.
You know, P.J. gives you production in every way, and his impact really goes beyond the stats. All the little things that coaches want their players to do, that's really the motto of Tucker's game.
And so the Houston Rockets get the first points of the ball game. Here's Van Vliet. And again, no good by Toronto.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play. And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Raptors have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
I'll tell you what, I think he thought that was going in. I sure did.
Pass to Westbrook from 17 feet out. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
They're doing it by building it out, step by step, valuing each possession.
Van Vliet can't get it to go. Rockets have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. And the dunk by Capella.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russ's career.
Houston making some changes. Daniel House has checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. And Toronto will go for a different look here. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Gasol. OG Anunoby comes in for Pascal Siakam. Andre Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Patrick McCaw in for Fred Van Vliet. Here is Harden. It's Rivers on the wing. Here's Capella. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Rockets lead by 7. And don't go away. Marc Gasol so appreciated by his fans and certainly a lot.
It's just fun. You see more fans on the stage.
And great to see so many different cultures and countries embrace the game.
Yes, and with players like Gasol having so much success, I think it helps give those Latino and Spanish-speaking fans a connection to the NBA.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
Harden and Gordon are out on the wings. Then there's Austin Rivers. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's House in at the 4-man position. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. Steve, let me ask you what's better for a young player's development? Being on a worse team getting more minutes or being on a good team and getting fewer minutes?
You know, I think always getting a chance, Kevin, to play minutes is best for a younger guy. But if it's hurting the team, you don't want to see the coaching staff playing these younger guys just to get the one guy ready. I think you still have to think about the team. You have to have guys earn minutes, whether they're a rookie, whether they're a veteran or not, and I think that's better for young teams.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
There's 1:38 left now here in the second. Passes it to Anunoby. And here's Lowry. There's the 3. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And here's Harden for 3. Harden missing again.
Still trying to find the range. He hit one in the first quarter, nothing since.
An emphatic alley-oop jam.
I love it. Excellent ball movement. Kyle Lowry knowing who to give it to and when.
Harden the pass to Gordon. He kicks to Capella. Harden outside. And the jam by Harden.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. 9-point game. McCaw, the pass to Ibaka. Dishes to Lowry. Here's McCaw. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's Ibaka. The Rockets pull it in. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Lob pass to Capella. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Now, here's Lowry. Three-pointer. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall.
Boy, he's focused. Rivers has the intensity and size to defend at a high level.
And so we conclude the first half. Houston on top. They lead by 11. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Boy, a lot of energy. Houston came ready to play. They went to work early at both ends of the floor, going on a 9-0 run to jump out. That about wraps it up.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You gotta like what Harden has done in this game so far.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers, a very high percentage of those in the first half.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. And on the floor for Nick Nurse as we get into the second half. Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. Lowry out there with Fred VanVleet, and it's Powell in at the three. Here's Gasol from down in the low post. It goes. Gasol's got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Raptors. And just like his brother Powell, Marc Gasol active in humanitarian causes.
I mean, we saw him volunteering on rescue boats in the Mediterranean. Mark doing his part, but also bringing attention to that humanitarian crisis.
Basket good.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
And that takes skill and the ability to make adjustments as you're going up.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. Bangs home the trifecta. Westbrook's got 5.
Whether he's attacking the basket or squaring up from long range, Westbrook is always dangerous.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency. Players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices. And some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you. And here's Harden for 3, and it's VanVleet with the rebound.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Houston leading by 13. For 3. No good that time. Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Siakam finds Lowry. Fires the 3. The Rockets pull it in. Capella's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
He's had a tough time getting it going, and he's put this team behind the 8 ball.
Inside. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his first personal foul.
The Rockets shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
The first free throw is good for the Rockets. Daniel House has checked in for Clint Capella. Green comes in for Eric Gordon. And it's Austin Rivers in for James Harden. Serge Ibaka has checked in for the Raptors. Patrick McCaw comes in for Kyle Lowry. And he makes the first but misses the second.
And the Raptors took some heat for parting ways with reigning Coach of the Year Dwayne Casey. But his successor, Nick Nurse, guided this franchise to an NBA title.
Tremendous self-belief and determination. The only NBA head coach who was also a head coach in college, the G League, and overseas. He's been preparing for this for a long time.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Rockets.
And so it's the Houston Rockets riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. They've got P.J. Tucker, Rivers out there with Russell Westbrook. Then there's Gerald Green, and it's House in at the power forward. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Raptors trail by 15. Siakam left side. And Siakam throws it down.
Aggressive move from Siakam, putting all that length and athleticism to work.
Now Westbrook. Shoots from 14. Steve, we're seeing more and more teams turn to high motion offenses with a lot of passing, a lot of movement. What makes those systems, do you think, successful in today's game?
I think when you're in constant movement, especially with the rules where you can't grab and clutch and touch, it makes it hard for the defenders to keep guys in front of them. And it's hard to switch defensively when you have a team always in motion.
Here's Van Vliet, and there are the Raptors with another bucket.
That's the pass you want, orchestrating the offense, creating for others.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're up by 13. We've got 1:55 left to play here in the fourth. Houston making some changes. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Daniel House. Gordon comes in for Green, and it's James Harden in for Austin Rivers. And then for Toronto, OG Anunoby comes in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, and it's Kyle Lowry in for Patrick McCaw. And Westbrook, here we go, uses the glass to finish the layup. Westbrook's got 9 points here in the second half.
Like how confident Westbrook is close to the rim. Gets high off the ground and releases his shot quickly.
To the middle, here's Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
We've got 1:18 left in the fourth quarter of this one.
Great defense by Serge, a tremendous athlete, blessed with insane length and leaping ability.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
The Raptors have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Rockets.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they sink one and then do it again, and that strategy did work.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Russell Westbrook.
Hard not to be impressed by what he did tonight. He was aggressive, he was efficient, and the defense had no answer.
On the free throw, no good. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Raptors. Down by 15. Here's Payne.
Yeah, easy call.
Foul call. Tyson Chandler. That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Toronto, Cameron Payne. 2 shots.
That's good from Payne. He doesn't get the second one, with the prospect of making a big lead even bigger.
And you got to jump at this chance. Stretch that lead out as much as possible.
And here is Green. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under